Hi, I'm Pastor Suzanne Trump, and this is this week's edition of Pastors Unplugged, although I like to call it Unleashed, because you never know. But here's what I've been thinking about in all seriousness. We are getting closer to the election of a new president or re-electing a president, and certainly all the members throughout the country in Congress and other places that are being elected. And I notice that there is an increasing amount of, I don't even know what the right word is. It's just nasty. It's like we have absolutely forgotten that at the end of the day, we are all God's beloved sons and daughters. And at the end of the day, no candidate is perfect. And at the end of the day, somehow, we all need to come back together as a country and move forward. And this incessant being at each other's throat if we disagree is really, I don't think, helpful. I think it's making things even worse, especially for people that are really struggling. To begin with the pandemic, the effects of the pandemic, and for some people losing jobs, losing housing. There's just so much that 2020 has just been a year. I'm sure we all sort of just want to move on from quickly, but yet here we are one country, and we are not a perfect country, but we're still a really good country, and we're not perfect people, but we're still really good people, and we are still God's beloved sons and daughters. And so I am really praying, and I hope that you will join me both in prayers and in how you conduct yourself over the next couple of weeks, to recognize that people on the opposite end of the spectrum from our views are still God's beloved children. And at the end of the day, somehow we need to come together and make it work for all people. And so my prayer is just that we would find some peace, that we would find some ways to come together, that we would find some ways to just stop the mean, nasty that's going on in our country, and remember that we benefit when society works for everybody. And so if we all work together, we really can make the United States even better, and we really can persevere through this pandemic and get to the other side where we're able to enjoy all of our freedoms and times gathering together. So join me in prayer, and join me in helping to be more kind, more considerate, more willing to recognize that differing opinions is strictly just differing opinions. And it's okay. We don't have to agree on everything. But one thing we know for sure, we are all God's beloved sons and daughters. So until next week, have a blessed week.